Good morning, I'm James Gruber and welcome to the morning report for Thursday the 16th of July. Well, yesterday there was weaker than expected consumer price data in America. Today it was producer prices there that were softer than expected. Combined, the back-to-back figures could paint a compelling picture for why any rate rise in the US may come later rather than sooner. And that news sent share prices higher again. It was also helped by more strong earnings from the financial sector, with BlackRock leading the way. Those bits of positivity offset a sharp pullback in semiconductor stocks. Semis have had a heck of a run, and investors seem to be nervous about whether that can continue. Let's take a deeper look at what's happened with Aussie futures, commodities and currencies. The ASX is expected to open higher, with index futures up 0.2%. As for the ASX 200 yesterday, it rose 0.4% to 8,841. Gains in heavyweight miners tracked higher iron ore prices on concerns planned strike action by BHP workers at Port Hedland could disrupt supply. BHP advanced as much as 4.4%, while Rio Tinto gained 1.1%. Today, there'll be a quarterly update from BHP, which may set the tone for how the mining sector and the broader market does today. On commodity markets, global oil prices held firm as a new wave of US attacks against Iranian military installations that aim to limit Tehran's ability to strike shipping in the Strait of Hormuz offset smaller than expected drops in US crude oil inventories. Crude futures settled up 0.3% at $84.95 a barrel. Base metal prices were mixed on Wednesday. Copper futures dipped 0.6% after disappointing Chinese economic data, while aluminium futures were steady, up 0.2%. Gold futures trimmed losses after the soft US producer price data, although worries about inflation and elevated interest rates remained due to escalating tensions in the Middle East. The futures settled 0.4% lower at $4,052 an ounce. Iron ore futures were flat, finishing at $98.88 a tonne. Let's now take a look at currencies. The Aussie dollar was last trading 0.4% higher at 70.04 US cents. Now taking a step back to see how Wall Street and other world markets did, the Dow Jones Index finished up 0.3%, the S&P 500 was 0.4% higher, and the Nasdaq added 0.6%. A closer look at the trading day there, US share markets gained ground as softening inflation data and a robust beginning of second quarter earnings season put investors in a buying mood. US producer prices unexpectedly fell by 0.3% in June, their biggest decline in 14 months, amid a pullback in the cost of energy products, further evidence that inflation was subsiding even before the recent escalation in the Middle East conflict. Among the 11 major sectors in the S&P 500, communication services advanced the most, while utility stocks suffered the largest percentage drop. The overall market gains came despite weakness in semiconductors, with US investors seemingly nervous about the initial public offering of Chinese memory chip rival Changxin Memory Technologies. Micron was down 8%, while Western Digital fell almost 9%. BlackRock shares advanced 6.6% after the asset manager beat profit expectations. Meanwhile, Morgan Stanley also beat forecasts for second quarter profit, and its shares inched up 0.4%. PayPal surged 17% after sources told Reuters that Stripe and private equity firm Advent International have jointly offered to acquire it for $60.50 per share, representing around a 28% premium to its Tuesday close. US government bond yields dropped on those benign producer price figures. The US 10-year Treasury yield fell 3 points to 4.56%, while the US 2-year Treasury yield dropped 5 points to 4.15%. Moving now to the European markets, the continent-wide FTSE Euro First 300 index ended up 0.1%, and the UK FTSE 100 lost 0.1%. Europe held steady as a strong rebound in luxury stocks counter weakness in telecom and technology shares, but escalating Middle East tensions continue to weigh on sentiment. Technology stocks fell 0.5%, while luxury shares, the worst performing index this year, added 3.2%. Richemont surged 6.7% after reporting better than expected results for its first quarter, helped by booming demand for its jewellery in Asia and the Americas. Software developer Naagro lost 1.8% after Germany's financial watchdog BaFin launched an enforcement review of the firm's 2022 consolidated financial statements. So let's now take a look at what's on the watch list. In Australia, Melbourne Institute inflation expectations for July are out today. There are also quarterly updates from BHP, Netwealth and AMP. In the US, a host of companies are reporting second quarter earnings, including Netflix, GE Aerospace, United Health, Abbott Labs and American Airlines. Retail sales for June are also scheduled, as well as weekly jobless claims. And that's it for today. For further developments on the local trading session, please tune into the CommSec Market Update podcast this afternoon and, of course, the Market Close video. Have a great day.